Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Sweet Tips here. It's Christmas Eve, and I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I hope everyone is doing well during this Christmas holiday season. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to get in here and we're going to get the gold down in the bottom of my waste solutions, the containers. When I pour off the rinses from my gold refining, a little bit of the gold goes over with it. And so we're going to go ahead and get the gold out of my waste containers for this video. This is my Stockpot. It's full of copper. Down on the bottom are black solids that have cemented out of these waste solutions. Any traces of precious metals that are in these waste solutions get added to this bucket, and those precious metals will cement out onto the copper, drop to the bottom, and then I recover it later on. I just siphoned off the copper solution from this bucket, my Stockpot, into my waste treatment bucket down here. It's full of iron, and the copper will cement out on that iron, and then all I have is iron in solution here for the first step in my waste treatment process. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to transfer the waste solution from this bottle back here that has our gold settled out on the bottom. I'm going to transfer this solution into my Stockpot. All right, here's the gold that we're after today, right here in the bottom of that flask. Now I'll transfer some of the solution out of my big bottle over here into the waste treatment bucket. There's not as much in this container as there is the other one, and these are just temporary waste containers that I pour off my gold refining waste into, because the Stockpot gets full, as you see right there, and I don't have any more room in the Stockpot, so I pour the gold refining waste into these waste containers back here. Now I'll take this out. I keep it outdoors, covered up with a tote, and bubble air through it to aid cementing out the traces of precious metals that's in this bucket onto the copper. This is the overflow. For my overflow, there's not very much gold in here. I'm just going to remove this now. So now what we're going to do is pour in some hydrochloric acid here. Folks have asked about this. This is muriatic acid, also known as hydrochloric acid, and I get this at Ace Hardware. I'm going to add about 200 milliliters, I guess. Now I'll add some heat. Just to be clear, this is gold that I pour off as waste from my regular gold refining operations. Also, the rinses that I do when I rinse the gold, a little bit of the gold gets poured off into this container. And so now what we're doing here is recovering it. I'm going to add a little bit of sulfuric acid, just like we do with any other refining. The solution's been heating now for about 8 or 10 minutes. I'm going to add some nitric acid in here, and we're going to dissolve this gold now. All right, let's see what it looks like on the bottom here. I think we got everything. Well, there's a few little stubborn pieces right there. See that? So we'll let this sit on the heat a little while. Try to get the rest of those pieces to dissolve. What I have here is a beaker from a previous refining that's got a little bit of gold in it. There's also some gold on that stir bar. So what we'll do now is pour off the gold bearing solution into this beaker and capture our gold solution in here. That solution looks angry when I poured that water in there, or squirted that water in. Now let's add some ice. Cool the solution down. Let's filter our solution. You can see it's a little bit cloudy. I've got I've got a filter paper in here. Here you can see there's a little material left down in the bottom of the beaker, and that'll get trapped in our filter. Then we'll add the filter to our paper storage. Our solution's a little bit on the cloudy side, so what we'll do is we'll pour it back through the same filter a second time. Here's what's in the filter. You can see it's a little bit of dirt in there. Pour it back through the same filter a second time, see if we can get this solution to clear up a little bit. Here we go. As our filter paper removes solids, it gets clogged up, and then it's better able to filter out even more solids after it's clogged up from the first pass. And we can really get our solution to clear up nicely by passing it through the same filter a second time. Here you can see the trash that we filtered out. Now what we'll do is transfer our gold solution, which you can see it's cleared up very nice. I'll transfer it now into this beaker that I've cleaned out. Now what we'll do is add some sodium metabisulfite, aka Stump Out by Bonide, and precipitate out our pure gold. Here we go. First spoon of sodium metabisulfite going in right now. I'm going to just sprinkle a few granules of it in here. Let's see what happens. There it is. Look at that, man. Look at it forming on the bottom. That's pure gold coming out of this solution as it reacts with the Stump Out. I think that might have done it, just that one spoon. Stannous chloride testing solution here. If we've got all the gold out, I won't see any reaction on this piece of filter paper as I add the stannous to it. And as you can see, all of the gold is precipitated out with one spoon of SMB. I think what we'll do now is boil our gold solution. And get all the excess SO2 gas, SMB, out of there, and hopefully it'll settle more quickly. I notice our solution in here has a little color, so what we'll do, stick a piece of filter paper in here, get a little of the solution on it. Let's do a quick stannous test here, just see if we got anything in solution. I don't see a whole bunch of anything in there. Alright, our solution is pretty much stopped boiling now. I'm going to pour this waste solution right back into this waste container. I'm going to rinse the gold with some water. Settling out pretty good down there. And here's our gold so far that we've recovered from our waste container. Now what we'll do is add some hydrochloric acid and put it back on the heat and give it a boil in about 100 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. It's been on boiling for about 10 minutes now. So what we'll do is we'll pour off this hydrochloric acid boil now and get our gold out of here. Set this back out of the way. Now I've got a little melt dish. What we'll do is add the gold to this melt dish right out of the beaker. Now let's take it over here to the melt table and we'll melt this up into a little button now. Now we're going to get the bead real hot and add just a touch, just a few little crystals of potassium nitrate. And now we're going to hit it with some borax here as it cools and freezes. Let's get our button of pure gold out of here. Grab it with some tweezers before it freezes in there, and it already froze. Come on out of there, you. There we go. Here's our little button of pure gold from our waste containers. that. There it is. Beautiful. It's got a couple of little rough spots here on either side where I grabbed it with the tweezers, so I'm going to try to grind that off a little bit with a just some junk got on there from my tweezers. That's better. All right, here's our little gold button that we recovered from the waste containers, and it looks fantastic. I'm gonna put it on the scale here. 7.9 grams of 24K pure gold. We'll list this on my eBay store for sale. Starting bid will be 99 cents. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for watching.